Welcome to Flosstube number 60. Today I have a bunch of cross stitching done. For the past 13 days I have done 10,300 stitches on 4 different projects. But before we head into this update video, let's start by saying, if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It warms my heart that you want to spend some time with me. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Marika. I come from Stockholm, Sweden, where I live with my boyfriend and our 2 cats. And this is a channel all about cross stitching and a little bit of crocheting towards the end, so if you're not interested you can skip that. Let's start with the projects. The first project I have to show you today is a finish. I have finished the All Hallows Inn. It was a new start in my last update video. I was inspired from my 30+ patterns for Halloween video. I love it. It was super fun to stitch. I am stitching this on a grey. This is stitched on Vintage Grey by Zweigart. It is stitched in the Charted colors except for the house. Last time I talked to you, I said that I was going to use 4120 for the house. I wanted to kind of make illusion of brickwork by just striping with 4120. Now I started stitching this and I realized, first of all, for this specific project, the color change width on the threads were a little bit too long. I have a couple of areas where it's very thin, or like smaller pieces of the house, and it just didn't stripe the way I wanted in those places. Also, the thread had a little bit too high of a, like, between lights and darks. So I ended up going with 351 instead. So the original color is 3340. It is quite a bright orange. The color I have chosen here, that is the orange, or the coral red here, which is 351, sorry, 351. And that is the color that is like a little bit darker. It's not as bright as the orange, and I think it fitted perfectly in with the fabric and the finished design. And that is finished. I loved it. It was a super fun project to stitch. I did stitch a little bit longer. I think I finished stitching on it in like 6 days, and those 2 last days my attention span had kind of gone off a little bit. However, it was just 2 days left. I just wanted to finish it, and I did. The second project that I worked on for this a couple of weeks was my WIPGO draws. I really wanted to catch up on all my WIPGO, both for September and October, before I left for my vacation. So I went in, I looked what September, October had, and I had 2 times my Christmas House 1 and 2 times Gamer Nouveau. So I ended up doing 3,000 stitches, because I do my WIPGO is 1500 stitches or 4 days. However, I did 1500 times 2, and I think I stitched it in 4 days for those 3000 stitches. I was quite intense stitching. Got another 3000 stitches on this, so here it is. That is Christmas House 1. Now I worked in this area here. So here is where I worked, down the diagonal, and I have started a little wagon. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it cute? The wagon is super crazy when it comes to confetti. It's super confetti heavy, and a period there I was like, am I stitching the wrong threads in the wrong place? But it actually came together, and I'm really looking forward to stitching the rest of it. I did get a little bit of, yay, you're coming somewhere, but let's wait for the reindeers. It's confetti insanity. So I have that to look forward to. Another 3000 stitches. As I'm recording this, the November WIPGO draws has come up, which means I know what I have for November and what I have for December. And looking through it all, I realized that I have about 4,500 stitches to go on this one, and then I have about 1,500 stitches left on Gamer Nouveau for the WIPGO to be finished. But I'm really happy I finished my WIPGOs for Christmas House 1. Then I went on for my WIPGO for a Gamer Nouveau, and this again, it had turned up twice in my WIPGO board, so that's a 1500 times 2, which is 3000 stitches, or 8 days is what it ends up being, but in 4 days I ended up doing my 3000 stitches, and they are all in this area. So first, this is how far I am in this project, and the place I am stitching on is this corner here. So I had like a little edge of that flower, so I made most of that flower, which I'm super happy about. I really like that flower. It is a gorgeous piece of work. So yeah, that was a Gamer Nouveau and the WIPGO for that. When I had finished the WIPGO, I had another, what am I going to do? Or while I was stitching on Gamer Nouveau, I knew I wanted to do some fall stitching. Like, I was doing the 30+ patterns for autumn. I needed some autumn projects in my life. And I do have one, a work in progress that I've been working on since April of this year. And I decided I'm going to put in some solid stitching on this. So I picked it out, and this is what it is. Here we go. This is, I will write it up here because I can't run and look what it is, but it is Autumn by Lori Holt, Be in My Bonnet, and I love it. I love this. I have, since I picked it out, I stitched this little box over here. I also done, I think, the stars, the yellow star down to the orange star, and finally I have, the only thing I have done this teeny border and all around, and then I started on the house. I had these little blue things, snowflakes, but I've done the sun. I actually done most of the house this morning, so I did about 500 stitches this morning before leaving, and this is why I have, before starting work, but this is why I have the little thread hanging and like half stitches here, because I've been traveling. I didn't have time to finish that part before starting recording. That was all of the cross-stitch projects I have for you today. Next proper update video will be later, like late November, most likely, because we're leaving in a couple of days for Florida, and trying to record these kind of videos there, I don't know. However, I will link in the description down below to my new vlogging channel. I'm starting a new vlogging channel for like so many different reasons. There will be a link in the description down below, so if you want to follow me also there and want to see more of my life, because as you might have noticed, I've been starting to not go into too many details towards the end of these videos, and that is because I want to have full-on vlogs, because that is what I like to do. So I'm doing weekly vlogs, and I'm vlogging all of my vacation, and the link again will be in the description down below to my new vlogging channel. I have one thing left for you, and that is my crocheting. For my crocheting, I am still working on my sweater. This is a top-down raglan shirt with a joke, and it's mostly just from my head. I don't have a pattern. I'm just putting it together as I'm going. I talked about this in my last update video. I was talking about I would not do the arms in the same material, so now I am on the arms. I am going to look at how it looks, because it's a fairly wide arm. I'm gonna hold it over my face so you can see it. There you go. It's a fairly wide arm, and I haven't tested it yet because I did that when we were driving the kitties to their kitty sitter this weekend. So I haven't tested it yet. What I've done since I last showed you is I think I had finished the bottom, but I hadn't started the ribbing. So I've made ribbing at the bottom edge of it. It is a little bit of a longer shirt. Adding the ribbing really makes it come together, which is just amazing. And then I have started on the sleeve. Now that was an adventure. My sleeve has been an adventure. When I was looking at making this and kind of figuring out how much materials I wanted or something, I actually looked into a pattern from Hobby's website. This is made in Hobby Horizon Halloween, and the sleeves are Amigo black, just regular black. So the ribbing is also Amigo black. But when I looked at the pattern, I saw how many balls of yarn I needed. That I didn't need anywhere close to this when I made this. But also I looked at what yarn kind of fitted with it, because they also had a different colored ribbing, and that color was based on another kind of their acrylics. And that acrylics was their kind feather acrylic. And I assumed, because I assume things, that because they were using the kind feather, they would be similar in weight and they would work nicely together. I kind of wondered if that was the solid version of Horizon, basically. Then I bought, without actually looking into it too much, I bought yarn for the sleeves for this shirt, but also yarn for sleeves for another shirt that I'm going to do for Christmas. And then when the yarn came and I finally had finished the ribbing on this, and I'm like, I'm gonna start with the arms or the sleeves, and I started knitting with the kind feather, and I realized it is thicker than the Horizon. The Amigo is slightly thinner than the Horizon, but it's still fairly the same size. The kind feather is slightly thicker, and it made a difference. Also, the black wasn't, the Amigo black and the Horizon black fitted fairly good together. The kind feather black was another kind of tone. It was also a little bit more shiny. I like the yarn, and I'm definitely gonna use it to make something, but it didn't go together with this. But I did have the 10 balls of the black from Amigo, because Amigo is the same yarn I used for my button-up cardigan. I just use that. It is not perfect one-to-one, but it kind of works. So here again is the sleeve. It's gonna be like a wider sleeve. I have wider arms than I think I have, and also I wanted them to be a little bit bigger. However, the body isn't as big as I was expecting it to be, so I don't know how they will work together, but we'll see. I will finish the arm. I will test this out, see how many more inches I need for the arms, and then I will do a ribbed cuff, and I'm gonna do that on this side, and then I'm just going to test it, and if it works, it works, and then I'm gonna continue on to the ribbing on that side. So yeah, that is the shirt so far. I am trying to pace myself when it comes to crocheting, because I do have issues with like nerves in my neck and nerves in my arms, so I don't want to make them worse and make it impossible for me to craft. But still, I'm trying to get a couple of hours in every night just to get this finished. I will definitely not finish this before the trip, and I don't think that will be the project I bring with me. I am super stressed for the trip, because I don't know which craft projects to bring with me. I don't know how I'm gonna bring them with me, and I just, everything, like, I haven't packed, I haven't done anything. It's just chaos, and I am not feeling okay because I have migraine treatment on Wednesday. So yeah, it's what it is what it is. Anyhow, I am really looking forward to my vacation, and I know as soon as we are on the airport and we've gone through security, everything will just dissipate. I will start to breathe, I can take it easy, and then it's gonna be awesome. And again, if you want to come with me on my trip, there will be a link down below to my vlog. But yeah, there will be videos on this channel going through my vacation, so don't worry, I will be here. I will be answering any kind of comments and anything while I'm away, but I'm also gonna have a very nice vacation. If you like this video, please thumbs it up. If you have any questions, just comment down below. Down below you find all the links to all of the projects I've been talking to today, and I will see you next Saturday with another video. Bye!